Hello guys, I'm Gemstone from www.thebeautyinspirit.com. Check out the site and my Facebook. All the details will be down in the description box. Now, I mentioned on my Facebook about this powerful message I got from Spirit, and I really wanted to share it with you guys. And it brought me back to again something that I mentioned in a previous video about us not understanding the messages that the divine wants to give us. Maybe because sometimes the messages can be quite subtle, sometimes the messages can be quite big messages in our lives. And even then, even the big messages that we do understand or do see, sometimes we still ignore it. Maybe because we feel like we have formed an attachment to something specific in our lives that we don't want to get rid of, or we're just kind of in denial about a certain situation, but Spirit is trying to open up our eyes to it. It's like there can be so many reasons why we don't take heed of the messages that we receive from Spirit, whether they be to protect us from a situation, or whether it's an opportunity for us. Regardless of what the situation is, any message that comes from Spirit is intended for us to use for our soul growth and development. Now, I think it was Sunday. Yeah, I believe it was Sunday morning. I got this I wasn't sleeping very well. I was up like 2 o'clock in the morning, and I pulled a card for the day. I always pull cards for myself like every day, just to see what the energies are going to be like for that day. And I got the Nine of Pentacles. Now, the Nine of Pentacles I receive quite often these days. Since we've come into 2014, I get that card a lot for myself, and it's because I guess now I've really been in the mindset of wanting to do and fulfill my dreams, wanting to have a career that is in line with my highest purpose, and also to do something that gives me joy. And I would say what I do on this channel does give me joy. I'm happy doing readings. I love doing readings for people, and I love doing readings for you guys when I do my general weekly ones. And so I've been thinking of all these different things I want to do career wise, and the Nine of Pentacles is a really positive card for career, because it talks about it can represent a person that is an entrepreneur, someone that's working for themselves. It can represent being successful in what you do, your hard work paying off. So yeah, I was quite glad to see that card again. And what I've been doing recently is I've been practicing bibliomancy. And bibliomancy is when you take a biblical text. Like, one of my biblical texts that I use is A Course in Miracles. Nearly hit myself in the face with it. But yes, it's A Course in Miracles. And what I just do is when I wake up in the morning and I pull my tarot card, I'll take my Course in Miracles book along with, I may also do it with my Bible as well, or any other spiritual book, and I just set the intention that I want a message that can give me the deeper meaning to the tarot card, and then I'll open it up on a random page, and then that message always goes hand in hand with the tarot card, like each and every time it works, like no fail. And so the message that came up was really like powerful. It was talking about manifestation, which is so funny because when I thought about it, the Nine of Pentacles is about manifestation, because it's about, you know, putting in the work to now be able to reap the rewards of your hard work. So now it's been brought to the physical plane for you to use and enjoy. So it's almost like a card of abundance as well, because in the back of the card you always see kind of like the lady in a beautiful garden, which is like a sign of like abundance. And so it was talking about the things that we desire, and basically how to go about asking for it. Now in the Bible, you know, it says in the text that ask and you shall receive. But the thing is that sometimes when we are asking, we're not receiving. And it's because of the fact that we're not asking in an effective way. And the way the Course in Miracles put it is almost like God doesn't understand certain requests that we make. And I found that to be quite interesting, because I was thinking to myself, the sort of the understanding we have of God, it generally is that, God is all knowing, all encompassing. And so we would expect that no matter how we ask for something we desire, that God would understand it. But I think that what it is, and I think what the Course in Miracles was trying to say is, it's not to say that God doesn't understand us technically, but it's the fact that sometimes with our requests they can be so convoluted that it's not clear. So for instance, if let's say you are praying for something, something, I don't know, you wanted a new job, or you're going through some kind of financial struggles, and you're praying and you're hoping and nothing is happening, it's probably because you're coming from a place of worry and a place of being scared, and that energy also goes with your request. And so therefore it's like you're kind of putting out this, okay, I want this positive thing to happen to me, but then you're also carrying along with it this sort of negative energy at the same time, which sort of cancels out the positive request that you've tried to make for yourself. Um, and it made me also think about the same way that I think the universe at times doesn't understand our requests when they're not clear, is the same way we don't understand the messages that the universe tries to give us all the time. It's almost like there's this miscommunication that takes place between us and the universe, which makes it so hard for us to be in sync. But the thing is that we have to make a point of, on our spiritual journey, to try to understand this, our spiritual language, trying to understand the universal language, so that we can grasp truly what it is that the universe wants from us, and therefore we can also request to the universe what we need the universe to provide us with. And so it's almost like we're becoming a team, we're becoming one, and that is what we should be trying to accomplish in this life, is to become one with the universe, so that we're always working in flow and we're not working against universal principle. Because if you're working against universal principles, you're going to find that your life will be extremely difficult. So what I would say is when we make our requests for things that we need in our lives, or we go to the universe in prayer to ask for support, always make sure that your requests are very clear, that okay, this is what I need help with. But another thing that can be really good is to use affirmations that kind of broaden your horizons, and broaden the almost like the portal that can open up for you, that can bring you down the things that you need at different stages of your life. And the way that you do this is by I will say what I chose to do is, since the beginning of 2014, I put out this affirmation out there to the universe that I want to attract to me great and prosperous opportunities. I want to attract to me abundance, joy, and happiness. And when you put out those kind of vibrations all the time, you do start to see that doors do open up for you and things do begin to change. And especially when you're saying it with a place of non-attachment to what it is that you're desiring. As soon as you have an attachment to something, then that is when sort of the the not so positive attributes of yourself can come out, because of the fact that you want a speedy result, you want things to happen, and that kind of way of thinking can turn into frustration, and we don't want that. What we want to do is almost put a request out to the universe and just leave it there. No, don't attach yourself to a result, don't try to force a result, but just almost like, you put in the request, and then you kind of sit back and then just let things unravel as they go. And then as things are unraveling, go along with it, don't, let's say for instance, you put a request out to the universe about receiving, I don't know, a new job opportunity, and then let's say a new job opportunity actually does show up, but then it didn't show up the way you wanted to. Maybe it's a job that wasn't in the field you wanted, or something like that, or maybe it's something that you're feeling a bit like you're not capable of doing this new job for one reason or another, and then you feel inclined to turn it down. I would say don't turn it down, stick to it, like go for it, see what this whole thing really is about, see where it can go. Because sometimes, and that's another thing, is sometimes the universe gives us something and it doesn't look the way we thought it should look, or that we hoped it would look like. And that happens a lot, especially when you're trying to manifest a love relationship. And what I'm going to do is, I said this before, but I'm definitely going to do it, is I'm going to sort of go through like manifesting like different things in our lives. And be more specific with each one. But like with love relationships, that can really happen. You might put out to the universe that, you know, I want this new partner, I want all these great things with this person and all this other stuff, and this person may come into your life and they may look nothing like you expected them to look like, or whatever, and you might be inclined to turn it down. But it doesn't necessarily mean that you can't experience all the things that you desired with this person. It just means that this person maybe came in a package that you just wasn't expecting, and that can happen with all different things that you're trying to manifest. So yes, I feel like the message that was coming through is that we have to kind of understand the messages and the subtleties in our day-to-day lives to see what is universe really trying to tell me. Like after I got that experience with the Course in Miracles and the card, um, it it um it reminded me of something that happened the day before. And the day before, we were going to my aunt's house, and we got on the train, and then we got on the bus, and then on the bus, that we passed this pub, and you know, or bar, like some people in certain places of the world say a bar, but in England we call it a pub, where people go and drink and stuff. And you know, the last thing you expect to see on a bar or pub would be this lovely picture of a woman. Somebody drew this picture of a woman on the side of the pub, and I was like, oh, that's interesting. But the thing that was even more just out of this world was the message that was written next to the picture. And the message almost looked like it was graffitied onto the wall. And you know, graffiti usually is like, you know, a lot of the time people complain about it because it might just be somebody's initials written in some black spray paint and doesn't even look nice. It just kind of looks like vandalism. But this one was completely different. It was in pink spray paint, which pink is one of my favorite colors, and it was written very neatly and very clearly, and it said on there, nothing is impossible. And I was like, wow, like I couldn't believe that in the most unexpected of places, a profound message would be there. You know, it's like, it's so weird, like on the side of a pub. Like who would write that, and who would think to come up with that? Because it just was so unexpected and just seemed completely strange. But then at the same time, it helped me to understand that that's how the universe communicates with us. That's how spirit communicates with us, is through these kind of unexpected experiences or things that do seem a bit odd and a bit strange, but they have this sort of profound meaning to them. And it's so funny that that message would come through, because like you guys know, I've just launched this website, I've just started this Facebook page, I'm trying to bring this channel to a new level. I'm trying to do so many different things, like even, you know, outside of YouTube and these things I'm doing here, as well as the things I'm doing here. And it's so crazy to me that I just launched all this stuff, and then to see that message, nothing is impossible, it almost gave me like the reassurance I needed, that, you know, the universe was telling me, yeah, that what you're doing, you're going in the right direction, and things are gonna be unfolding for you. And I just wanted to tell you guys that when you come across messages like that, take heed of them. Do take heed of them. Even if you come across a message on in the most randomest ways, like if it's something on the internet, if it's something that you read, if it's something that is, you know, even in a reading, like a video reading, like I believe all the people that have come to me, whether it's via my Facebook, whether it's via YouTube, the people come into your life for a purpose. Like there is a deeper purpose. For some reason, the message that you're giving is attracting those people, and it's mainly because those people need to hear that message. So there's nothing that really happens by accident. And so I would say take stock of all the things that you experience in your life, and really sit on them and kind of meditate on them and see how it associates itself, like how it sort of links up with the experiences that you're going through in your life. Because more than likely it's spirit trying to guide you and tell you something about where you currently are. So yeah, I'll see you guys. Check out the link below for the website and the Facebook, and do like my Facebook and follow. So I'll see you. Bye. Bye.